Hello everyone and welcome back to Anime Villainous' Tournament Arc 2024. It's still me, yo boy, Chaos here, commentating as always, and it is time at last for our final match of Round 1. We're going to be seeing Neverearley versus The1woomy for our final participant of Round 2, and that participant will be facing Egg. So let's get into the game and see how it turns out. Here we go with Woomy versus Neverearley. Woomy is going to win the flip. Round 1, Game 8. We have finally made it to the end of Round 1. I say finally. Tournament arc has been going super quick. We got all these games done, words in like 6 days, and they're being uploaded rapid fire. Woomy is going to ban Orochimaru. Pretty strong character, goes well into a lot of matchups, makes sense. I'm not sure how much Neverearley is an Orochi player or not. You're going to see Neverearley ban Light, does not want to deal with Light this game, so Orochi and Light are the bans. Might see some HR shenanigans going on as a result. But time will tell. Neverearley immediately picking his villain, he knows who he wants. Who will Woomy play? Woomy is thinking pretty hard about it. Maybe potentially was looking at Light, and upon that ban, now has to rethink. Or could just be thinking in general, who doesn't like Light and Orochimaru that might be good to play into most of the remaining cast? Or maybe Woomy is just like, oh man, I don't know, who the heck am I going to play? I got no clue. That's probably how I would be looking at it. We're going to see the first game between these two will be All for One and Cell. Okay, Neverearley is very good with Cell. Or not Cell, with All for One. He might also be good with Cell, I don't know. Or maybe he sucks. There's no way to know. But I know that Neverearley is well known for doing quite well as All for One, and typically, All for One does decently well into this matchup, can really take a lot of, oh my goodness, Neverearley also does this giant Giga stack. We cannot let him do that for this game. He's gonna have to use the whatchamacallit, the counters, because it's easier for the video. But he got to show it off. It's in the video, Neverearley. It's in the video. Everyone now knows that you do your giant Pez dispenser of tokens. And I think we're good to go. Is Butter not going to delete that over there? Ah, yeah, he heard me. He heard me saying it. All right, we're on. Cell's going straight to Tropical Islands here, actually, which is a little surprising. So All for One does well under Fate Pressure, of course, so you might be thinking like, oh, well, it doesn't need to Fate immediately. It's All for One. But you really want to put some early Fate Pressure on All for One to cover UA High, and then after UA High is locked down, and usually when the double play of Quirk Lab is locked down, that's when you can start ignoring Fates. Dead Fate onto Cell is very unfortunate. Well, not a Dead Fate, lost, I think, 1 power there, but like, or 2 power, 1 or 2. But essentially a Dead Fate, more or less. Woomy is debating Gingertown or Carnival, is going to go to Carnival. Going to throw down a Reconnaissance on All for One and then do some discarding. Yep, Perfect Berry, Absorb, maybe some other stuff in there. We're going to see, ooh, a Whiffed Bakugo. Why'd I say Bakugo's name so weird? Whiffed Bakugo is less than ideal there, but he will be guarding UA High, which is good. Really wants to block that location up. Neverearley's going to head over and get some more Fate Pressure. Really bad time. Man, these are some awful Cell Fates. Not a good time to hit Tien, and I think we're probably going to see Mr. Satan, honestly. But Tien does not do great here. There's a world where you Tien to Arena anyway, just to cover it, but it's not a world you particularly like. And the Senzu Bean's already gone, so you won't be getting Tien back. We're going to see Neverearley throw out Spinner and immediately take Spinner's 1 strength that he gets upon play to put onto himself. Woomy is going to head over to Tropical Island. That'll move Mr. Satan and then move Bug Drone into him to gain more power. Huge power gain for Woomy. Following that, Woomy is going to throw down Supercomputer and just move Bug Drone back out, or maybe move Time Machine towards Mr. Satan. Who knows? We're going to see a multiform play as well. All 4 of Cell's items out the gate. This is a pretty nice order for Cell. All of these items ready to go. We're going to see a Compress play, which is going to move Bakugo off of UA High to let Neverearley get some more Fate Pressure going. He's going to get 16 in Piccolo. This is much stronger Fate. Don't necessarily like seeing them together. I imagine we'll probably see Piccolo at Arena. Yeah, I think Piccolo is the stronger play here just because 16 isn't doing great right now with no other targets to be clashed anyway. He is going to end up going with 16. Okay, fair enough. Still a 2-strength hero that blocks that location. Woomy is not going to bother with dealing with them right now. Instead, going to go get some powered disappearances and get another fate going. Really good Endeavor here. Endeavor to UA high. It does open up all for one for hypertrophy, potentially, but, like, whatever. Midoriya can be played later. Oh, is it actually going to be Midoriya? Oh, Midoriya to... Well, okay, yeah, thank goodness. I'm really glad I didn't have to try and commentate that turn. I don't know how I would have politely said that was a dumb idea. So I'm very glad that Endeavor was played instead. Could see the hypertrophy here. Discarding an air cannon, which is going to trigger recon. So Woomy is going to reveal cards from the top of her fate deck until she gets a hero, item, or ally, which it would have been ally or hero because all the items are in play, and got Android 18 there. Something that Woomy really wants to see right now. You're going to see his Strength Enhancer from All for One, putting one on himself and one on Compress. Oh, he's putting one on Compress and one on... because he has a multiplier. There we go. Very strong, and there is no fate other than One for All, I think, that can delete any of those. And also Android 16 is blocking, so pretty strong position for Neverearley right here, I would say. There's Android 18. We're going to see a double move of Multiform, I imagine, to start weakening her down. She's at 3 now, 2 strength to go. Does have to get rid of Android 16, though, at one point or another, and has not moved Multiform to him to deal with that. Definitely wants to get over to Arena and deal with him soon. We're going to see an Appeal to Pride. That would certainly help with moving 16. Neverearley is going to go straight over to Kamino Ward. He's going to Rivet. Very strong play. Gain 2 power, gain 2 strength, and he gets to take one from Compress, so he is up to 4. Very strong position. He's made a big swing here. Ooh, Krillin is nice, but I think we could see a Time Chamber on 16 and 18 here. Honestly, getting 16 up to 3 strength would really punish Cell for not having gone and killed him earlier with like an Absorb or a Perfect Barrier Clash. So now that is going to be this Android 16 has suddenly become very, very annoying for Woomy to deal with compared to before. It's going to take some work to kill him outside of a Special Beam, which we might see right here, actually. And it will be a Special Beam kill that is going to end up... The Time Chamber still costs 1 more power and force the Special Beam. But still a very strong play from Never. If Special Beam had not been in Woomy's hand, that would have been very, very troublesome. We're going to see the Power Theft proc. The only target is Mr. Compress, so All for One is going to get up to 5 strength. Best Genus and Gran Torino, both very annoying for All for One to deal with. We're going to see Gran Torino go to League of Hideout, League of Villains Hideout. It's a normal squatting position for him. Very, very hard place for him to die from. We're going to see an Explosive Coercion for 2, which is going to reveal 4 cards. Coercion, if I can say words properly, like an adult. Ditching the Cell Juniors and taking, I think it was a Perfect Barrier and another card I missed. Because I expected the Cell Juniors to be taken. All for One going over to Quirk Lab. Gaining 3, still has his double play open, which is very good for him right now. And he's an easy warping away from being able to open up UA high because there's only 1 hero squatting there at the moment. What is Neverearley going to do here? He's going to Strength Enhance. Does he have another? He probably doesn't have another multiplier because he's putting them all on All for One. Discarding Kinetic and then throwing down Kurogiri, so he's got a very nice stack of useful allies here. Kurogiri is probably the one to discard. We're going to see Woomy go back over to Tropical Island. It's going to move Mr. Satan over to Carnival, and then moving the Multiform to get a -1 on 18, and then probably moving Multiform back out. Indeed. The double move at Tropical Island is working out for Woomy at the moment. We're going to see another move with Instant Transmission, and that means Android 18 is in kill range, because I believe we saw earlier that Woomy does in fact have a Perfect Barrier, so... Neverearley is going to try and do something about this. I don't think there's anything Neverearley can do because both Time Chambers, Android 16, and Krillin and 16 are all gone. I don't think there's any fate that will protect 18 here, but he's got Goku and Vegeta coming up, wants to get them on Arena. We're also seeing him discard some cards thanks to Twice. He is going to get Vegeta on this fate to cover up Arena, which will buy him some time. And that will be his turn. And he got up to 8 strength as well. I think I missed a play because I thought I was fading first. That's my bad. Probably did a Strength Enhancer, some play and take. Got like +2 there, I imagine. We're going to see Eraserhead come out here, turning off Kurogiri. I don't think there's a rescue target, to be honest. All for One hasn't been faded too much. And then a perfect barrier to kill 18, which is going to put Cell into semi-perfect. Does not have 17 in play yet, but could very easily kill 17 at Tropical Islands if he is in hand now. Ooh, Kurogiri. Or not Kurogiri, Shigaraki. Shigaraki does not have an ability at the moment. We are going to see a Hypertrophy to put +3 probably on Spinner. Yeah, so that's a lot of power to pass around. Shigaraki's ability is not on at the moment thanks to Eraserhead, but still. We are going to see Woomy go over to Tropical Island and play... Oh, actually has a multiform set up for it, but is going to set up the 17 kill. Could have killed 17 this turn, but is going to set up at Carnival instead. Probably because of potential Tien. I don't think you're very likely to get Tien here. Honestly, I probably would have just gone for the really fast 17 kill, especially with Vegeta sitting on top of Arena, but this is also very fair. This does give an opportunity for Neverearley. Ooh, a Rivets into a take as well. That's going to get 2 power back and put him at 11 strength. And then there's Goku, now going to be sitting at Arena. This is also going to be a no Mr. Satan chance, whatchamacallit here, on this kill on 17. So it will be 4 heroes that actually do something other than strike fear into the terror. So we're going to see a pretty quick showdown for Cell here. Not quick as in showdown will be over, but getting into showdown pretty quickly. However, Cell has no power, so definitely is going to want to get some disappearances soon. Todoroki is not bad here. You could hard cover the top fate, or you could move Endeavor to All for One to take away a strength. Does this force the Eraserhead move? Do you have to move them all? I actually don't know how Todoroki works on this. You may move each other hero at his location to adjacent. I think you... Do you have to move Eraserhead? Yes, you do have to move Eraserhead here. So that is going to open up Shigaraki and Kurogiri's abilities again. But now UA High is super blocked, which is actually really good for Woomy, because Woomy wants to ensure that All for One cannot keep up much fate pressure while Woomy tries to just clean out... Yeah, flip back to Imperfect, genius. While Woomy tries to just clean out all of these remaining heroes. So there's Cell games. We're going to see Trunks, I think, is the only one guaranteed here. That's a time chamber. 16 probably wants to see Tien here. Gohan and Tien. Tien? Got Tien, so that's pretty good for Woomy. Can put 16 at Carnival, and then so on and so forth. I don't think we saw Senzu Bean, though, so Senzu Bean is in here, which means high chance putting Gohan at Arena. Interesting. Senzu Bean can very easily get 16 or someone else really strong back fast. Neverearley is going to head over to Quirk Lab. Right now, Neverearley really needs to get to Punch All Might so that he can start opening up UA High, because he needs to have Fate Pressure ready to go for Cell right now. He's debating hard about what to do this turn. He does only need to play Quirk Combination. I know we saw a Quirk combo get discarded earlier. I don't know if he has another one in hand at the moment. If he doesn't, he's probably going to discard hard for the other one, assuming it hasn't already passed. I don't remember if it did or not. But what Neverearley really needs to do right now is punch All Might ASAP, because he's right on the precipice of having enough strength. He needs to get into Showdown so that he can just start throwing out clashes willy-nilly and open up UA High, or just win even before Cell can. And Neverearley is thinking about that a lot right now. He's going to throw down Dobby. Interesting. Followed by something else. By a bunch of discards, Garaki and Toga. And that looks like it's going to be it. He probably has Quirk Combo in hand and is getting ready to punch. He is guaranteed to get faded here. Ida and Plus Ultra both stopped the Easy All Might kill here, unfortunately, for Never. Never is going to lose 1 strength, and they're both going to get 1. A little bit of token shenanigans. Yeah, so now a Quirk combo at All Might will not do it. So instead, we're going to see Never go over to Fate. He can set it up again here easily, though. He's got the 1 strength to take from Compress still, so he's right back to having it set up and ready to go. And then he can throw out a Fate, and there is basically no shot under the sun that Woomy can get a fate off this next turn. Piccolo, probably also just stack it at Arena, to be honest. I could also see Ginger Town, because that keeps Piccolo out of range for a bit and opens up the possibility for Time Chambers to buff him up. I can understand that play as well. Honestly, it might be the better one. Now that I think about it, the more I think Piccolo might be better off there. My gut instinct was Arena to just make sure that it stays locked down as long as possible so that All For One can really close out this game. But going for the longevity of Piccolo to try and make sure that Cell can't close out the game is also very understandable. Then just doing some discards with Kurogiri, probably ending his turn. He has to have Court Combo in hand. He must. He's gonna discard... No, he's gonna use Air Cannon to kill Eraserhead. Oh. Okay, which is also gonna trigger Appeal to Pride. I don't know about that. Did he not have the card in hand? That puts All Might at Shigaraki, but he's not going to be able to punch All Might this turn now. This coming turn, outside of something crazy like a warping? No, I don't think there's any way he can. Huh. I wonder what the thought process behind that play was. Must be something going on in his hand that I'm not realizing. He had a guaranteed drop. Maybe both court combos are in the discard and he just didn't have court combo? I know that we saw one earlier. Maybe he ditched both and I just didn't realize, in which case that's my mistake. Eraserhead won't come back for a while, so if you are going to kill someone, if he didn't have a good situation to be able to kill All Might, it makes sense. I probably just misread the situation, and he couldn't have gotten the All Might kill anyway, so he may as well give himself some more time. We're going to see Woomy go over to Tropical Island, gain 3, move Bug Drone to get some power. Really desperate for power right now to be able to start throwing out Cell Juniors and Kamehamehas to really start killing all of these heroes. Yep, there's a Cell Junior. And then punching Tien. We're going to see Never go over to Quark Lab to stockpile on power, throw out a power theft. And he has a multitude of ways he can get the All Might kill here. Woomy is not going to Fate. That is going to give a power theft. Woomy is instead going to go to Arena and kill Goku with the Cell Junior. And then probably Clash Vegeta or maybe Clash Trunks. I could see either. Gonna get an absorb on Gohan, weaken him up, and then just punch Vegeta. Punch Vegeta. Woomy is down to just 4 heroes, and one of them is Mr. Satan, so Never has really got to get this All Might kill this turn. Otherwise, I think it's going to be heavily in Woomy's favor. I still think that Never can bring this back as All For One. It's just a matter of getting the All Might kill here. He had Quark Combo in hand. We're going to see a Multiply, which is going to give him the one he needs. He had that. Did he have that Quark Combo last time? Why didn't he go for the Quark Combo UA kill? I must have been missing something. Never is trying to figure out what these 2 cards are, but with Goku in the discard, I think this is a guaranteed Senzu. You full Fate here for a Senzu, and then start reshuffling, I think, is the way to go, honestly. But I don't know what the other card is. I think the other card... Is the other card Krillin? I think the other card is Krillin. I really think you just go for a full Fate here and get Goku back out, or even 16. It's going to be a multi. Got Senzu. Is this Krillin? I don't know. Goku or 16? Goku or 16 here. One or the other. It's going to be Goku. That makes the most sense. I feel like. Goku is back out. Arena is still very blocked, which is going to give Neverearley some time. He's going to be able to punch All Might here thanks to Shigaraki. It's 12-12. All Might is out. All For One is in Showdown. He's only got 5 heroes to deal with, which sounds like a lot, but isn't too bad. And he's just on a reshuffle, so he's coming up on some air cannons. Woomy is not happy about it. He's going to go straight for a Fate. We haven't seen One For All yet. I was about to say we might see it here. There's One For All. That's going to get Midoriya back out. Probably... I don't know if you kill Shiggy or Kurogiri here. Oh, kill Dabi. I mean, Dabi is really good, so I understand the reasoning. Yeah, I can understand killing Dabi here. I feel like I personally might have gone for Kurogiri to just really mess with All For One cycling, but I can understand wanting to make sure that Dabi can't deal with Gran Torino anytime soon. Neverearley is going to go straight over to Quark Lab, build up some power. He really wants to open UA high right now. He's going to throw out Dr. Garaki. Interesting. And give him a strength. Who's he punching? Endeavor? Probably Endeavor. punching Endeavor. This game could really be decided by if Never can open up that top fate or not, though. Never really needs to open up the top fate so that he can keep some really strong pressure on Cell, who is very quickly unlocking his own top fate, as well as just getting rid of all of these heroes in the way. It's going to get rid of Goku and Trunks. So now it's Piccolo, Gohan, Mr. Satan. Gohan is at 5. Never's going to go straight over to Kamino Ward. Could we see an air cannon here? An air cannon here would be huge. He's going to give some strength to Mr. Compress. An air cannon onto Bakugo here would be a huge deal, I feel like. Going to see some discarding. Oh, he's going to play Strength Enhancer. Buff up some heroes. Or buff up some allies, rather. Is he multi-fading this? If this is Krillin, I feel like it's not worth multi-fading. Especially because you might pull, like, Crippling Blow or something. Yep. I think this might be Time Chamber, to be honest, but Krillin is also a fair play. Krillin to Arena, I think, works. And then punching Todoroki. Only 4 heroes to go. One of them is Gran Torino, though. This is going to come down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. Woomy is going to Tropical Island here and just gaining power with Bug Drone. Surprised at not putting on some more Fate Pressure. Should really want to cover UA High here, because if an air cannon or anything similar opens up UA High, then it's going to be hard for Cell to beat All For One in that last-minute rush. Self-Destruct and Cell Jr. Okay, does not have enough power to use Self-Destruct. You see a Cell Jr. thrown down to probably just get rid of Mr. Satan easily later. Now, what is Neverearley going to do here? Is he going to get some kills? He's going to get some kills. Not going to open UA yet. He could have a really, really good turn here if he could Air Cannon Bakugo and then punch Ida. Kinetic Booster, Dr. Garaki is just enough to kill Ida. That's so funny to me. 2-2. And then he punches Midoriya, which does shuffle him back in, so it's going to be a guaranteed Midoriya play on this next Fate. But it does clear up his territory. Woomy is going to go straight to Carnivale to take advantage of that guaranteed Midoriya. Yeah, plus Ultra does nothing here, really. Killing Dr. Garaki to stop the draw, I think that's fair, because really drawing into air cannons is what Neverearley wants at the moment. And then discarding a bunch. Discarding an Absorb could have been used to kill Gohan. Now, what is Neverearley going to do here? He definitely has the advantage. There's a lot that Woomy has to deal with. And he's going to UA High, and he's going to air cannon Torino. Oh, yeah, Torino over to the big ally stack. So a very easy Torino kill, and then he can discard and punch Bakugo. And so now he has his top fate open. He has a very easy way to win here. Woomy is going to go over to Arena. Throw out an Absorb and punch Gohan. Oh, can't punch Gohan. Has to punch Krillin, actually. Gohan is still at 4. And he has to lose, or she has to lose the Cell Jr. to Mr. Satan here because of Krillin. That'll be a Krillin punch. Father and son. Kinetic Booster. That's game. That is game. Well done by Neverearley. Unfortunately, I think the main problem for Woomy here was that Woomy just did not put enough Fate Pressure to keep All For One having to work to unlock locations and deal with the loss of allies and whatnot, as well as just not going hard on kills fast enough once hitting Showdown. But that will be that game, and we are moving very quickly. We might be getting right over to the next one. Oh, wow, yeah, immediately banning All For One. Yep, your classic reactionary ban, and fair enough. Neverearley plays a really good All For One. No jump cuts needed, by the way. Hopefully no water needed, because I just realized I didn't get a glass of water before this one, because I went straight from, we were doing some testing for Piercing the Veil, excitement. But we were doing some testing for that and went straight into this game, and I didn't think to get a glass of water. Neverearley thinking pretty hard about this ban. He's going to ban Orochimaru. Okay, All For One and Orochi ban. More Battle Begins bans. Now, Neverearley is going to have to let Woomy counterpick him. So I imagine that Orochimaru ban was with that in mind. Probably picking someone who theoretically wouldn't do well into Orochi. Sorry, something in my throat there. And Neverearley's will be Father. Father also fairly good into a lot of matchups. I think Father falls into that category that Orochimaru and Loxus do, where there aren't very many matchups that are very drastically one way or the other for Father. Well, there are some matchups that Father does really well into, but there aren't a lot of matchups that Father does poorly into. I shouldn't say that Father doesn't do great into some matchups. But Father is definitely one of the characters who doesn't really have a hard counter, I would say. Oh, we're going to just do a Father mirror. All right, we're just going to do that then. Well, this is one of the ones that Father plays into decently, I would assume. That is not Father, Neverearley. That is not... That's... What are you doing? What is wrong with this guy? Oh, now they're not lined up. No. Okay, they're lining him up. I was gonna tell them, like, you redo this right now. We're gonna be talking to Never about that one, ladies and gentlemen. He's gonna be getting a message after. Oh, Butter making sure that this works. Thank you, Butter. Thank you. Neverearley, he's gonna be getting a finger wagging. Everyone in the premiere right now, everyone in the Discord, be like, everyone, when you're watching this video, I want you to do like a little finger wag gif or emoji and at Neverearley for it. He gets what he deserves. Have that man think that All for One was Father. They're not even that close alphabetically. Like, where are they on the selectors? They're not even near each other. They're 3 villains apart. What is this guy talking about? Anyways, Lior for Woomy's father. Theoretically, Woomy has the advantage in this matchup because in mirror matches, other than the deck shuffle obviously deciding things, oh wow, that's not good. What really decides it is, or not decides it, but what tilts it in one favor or another is getting to go first and get that initial fate. We're going to see Never go over to Fort Briggs and do some discards. He really wants to get his hands on... Ooh, Hohenheim is a good pull. Not as good as a turn 1 Edward, I feel, but still a good pull. He really wants to get, like, Envy here to deal with this Edward. And that will be his turn, so we're back over to Woomy. This is going fast. Moving at the speed of sound. Also, Woomy reshuffled a Starter War earlier, which is a little interesting. Gonna throw down Sloth at Central City and then get Alphonse and Riza. Honestly, I probably would have put Riza at Edward on this one if I'm being real with you, but Alphonse is also good. Hopefully, gets a strong hit. Nothing so far. Got Pride. Pride and Gluttony is a good pull on that. That was almost a whiff, but that is a pretty strong Alphonse. All things considered. And then threw down Sloth and then just doing some discarding, and that should be putting Lust back in, and I didn't see what that was. I think it might have been Pride. Neverearley is going to go over to Xerxes in game 3, which is going to trigger military strategy. What are these DMs? Do I have to worry about these right now? I do not have to worry about these right now. Let's just double checking. We're going to see a Philo Stone for 3 thrown down over at Edward, and then a Shapeshifter for 1. Woomy is Fate Locked, so this is a guarantee of getting to Clash Edward. Very expensive and a bit of a weird way to do it, but it'll get the job done for sure. And we're going to see the game 3, spin 3 on Pride, and then a Promise Day from Woomy. Going to get Flask. Ugh. Ugh. Father has the highest concentration of what I consider to be bad cards in the game because he has to, because that's how his games work. You had what? Wrath? Why wasn't Wrath discarded before the Promise Day? I'm scratching my head a little bit at that one, but it's fine. Going over to Lior, are we going to see a 0-cost card pay 1 to do something here? Or probably just discarding, not able to use Father's usual ability, and then shooting Edward. Edward is out. Woomy is in a stronger position here. Ooh, Whiffed Mustang is really nice. Definitely don't want to play him. Going to play Winry instead. But you played Winry right to the Punch Women rock. Oh no! Oh no, she's so punchable! This rock is known for punching women. See some manipulation here. Probably just wants to discard a lot because, I mean, Scar, Gate of Truth, and Hohenheim are still in there, but otherwise probably just wants to get to a reshuffle to try and get back to Edward. Yeah, Ling Yao, Mage Hand, and Umbra Circle, those are not doing anything right now. Definitely a good Winry there. Gonna see some reshuffling from Woomy. Is this the first Father game we've had in this tournament, I'm realizing now? Oh, another Shapeshifter. How nice. So Alphonse is getting shot. Sucks to be him. Ah, really? Now, that's not a Whiffed Mustang. Yeah, it's on Pride for sure. Even if Mustang dies to Sloth. Honestly, you don't mind Mustang dying to Sloth because then Mustang is back in rotation. Honestly, that Mustang there, kind of, and the follow-up Shapeshifter, I think this is immediately swung back into Neverearley's favor. I would say that he's in the stronger position right now, all things considered. We're going to see a Shapeshifter from Woomy. I'm really curious if we're going to see Never just go and shoot Winry, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen right here, which is fair, getting the most use out of that Shapeshifter. Looks like Never also has a pretty bad hand, so it's worthwhile to get that done. Sloth with the Philo Stone at Lior is a really strong setup. Both players are in pretty good positions. This is going to be a Clash Mustang. Oh, not going to Clash Mustang? Okay. Wants to put Fate Pressure on instead. It gotta be Gated Truth. Automail can't be played. Never is at 0 power right now, so it's a rough time for... Oh, Starter War here? Okay, so W1woomy does have the first Starter War. This is, man, it's hard to, gonna use Shapeshifter to move Greed at the end of turn as well. It's hard to tell who's in a better position here. You may think with that token that it's gotta be W1woomy, but, Neverearley has a very strong hold on his top Fate right now. And has a clear territory, whereas W1woomy does not. I'm kind of surprised that Never is not going for a Fate here, especially with a Promise Day turn. But probably wants to start getting some power to deal with this Gate of Truth. I feel like if you were going to risk the Promise Day here, you probably should have gone for the Fate. But I understand that that wouldn't work towards getting rid of Gate of Truth. Honestly, I kind of wonder about going for the Promise Day in general, but it looks to have worked out for him pretty well. We are going to see W1woomy use Sloth for this kill instead of looking to do a gunshot, and gets a mannequin on the whatchamacallit, on the Promise Day, and can't use the reshuffle at all. That will be W1woomy's turn. Yeah, now Never is in a really strong position to use his Fates. Ooh, yeah, this is probably an Alphonse. Just shy of a reshuffle. I could see a world where you actually put Armstrong at Lior and just make sure that is locked down here, to be honest. I think I really could have seen that, but probably really hoping to snag, like, yeah, Wrath, Gluttony, and Envy is a great hit here, especially with Hohenheim still being out. So it definitely worked out pretty well. W1woomy, it could have worked out poorly if W1woomy had some of those allies in hand instead. So... still a pretty strong play. And then we're going to see Never get Lust out. He's just going to play through Gate of Truth. There are definitely times where you want to just play through Gate of Truth and live with it, but you have to be careful, because if you play with it for too long, it can come back to bite you very hard. Worst card in the game. Yep, you know, that's what you get. Worst card in the game. Didn't even get any power. Got rid of a military strategy, I guess. Fair enough. And we're going to see a Father's Throne here. We are going to see a Father's Throne. Putting Pride back in. Does Never have a Promise Day? True Alchemy to move Father's Throne. Interesting. And then just... oh, gonna put Wrath back in next turn, potentially. Could be looking to get rid of Gate of Truth as well. And then we're gonna get another Fate. Edward. Edward is really gonna hurt here. A lot. Checking to see what allies W1woomy could have to deal with that. And then the other automail in the discard, or are you going to pull it from the deck? Going to play the one that he pulled with it. Probably wants to get another automail on Alphonse at this point. An automail on Alphonse would be really strong here, assuming we're not about to see a Shapeshifter kill. Scar and Armstrong, words. Yep, Scar to Lior is great. Shapeshifter is not discarded because Gate of Truth is out. Could actually end up shooting Scar if he goes to Xerxes and ditches... Gate of Truth. He's going to have to get into a reshuffle here at not the most opportune time. But honestly, I think it might be worth it. Oh, we're going to go over here instead. Can kill Scar with just the use of either Greed or Sloth, which will net 1 power. Yeah, yeah. Now, get rid of Gate of Truth or go for some Promise Days. This should be a guaranteed Pride. Yep. Good call, honestly. W1woomy is ahead in terms of, like, objective progress. I'm going to move the Father's Throne back because whatever play he was going to do didn't work out, which is fair. He's got, like, a really strong chair. Oh, no, he doesn't because he has to draw at the end of his turn. Never mind. So he's not going to be able to... he's out of reshuffle. No matter what. We're going to see W1woomy go over to Xerxes and gain 3. Really needs to get an ally over to Edward. Can spend 1 on human energy? No. Well, that's... you recoup the 1. I hate human energy, man. That card is a blight upon society and my bloodline. It's not, like, actually that bad of a card, just to be clear. Just to make sure we all know. It's not like there are worse cards. Like, there are opportunities to play it. It just never works for me. Now we're going to see the Gate of Truth. Really good time to do it right on the reshuffle. Has a really high chance of getting rid of cards he doesn't care about. And if he gets rid of one he does care about, like that Promise Day, for instance, he's got an easy Father's Throne to go to next turn. So use it. Nope, you're Shapeshifter, buddy. You're Shapeshifter. Cannot reshuffle those back in. Can discard them, though, if you really want to. Going to get to draw up to 5 cards at the end of your turn. Drawing up to 5 cards at the end of your turn right now is actually really strong, I would say. Wants to get back to a critical vault. You can't do that. You cannot. We just talked about this. What just happened there? Well, he's going to start a war for free, which is nice. He just... Oh, I think he accidentally drew a card he wasn't supposed to and was fixing it, I think is what happened right there. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yep, there's the Shapeshifter for 1 to be able to punch Alphonse this turn, and then we're going to get a Hohenheim or Scar. Scar's a day late and $1 short. Probably going to be a Hohenheim here. That is going to get rid of Shapeshifter, which honestly, Neverearley really doesn't want Shapeshifter right now, so... Well, Shapeshifter could have also still been good just to get moving to get the wars out. He would have been fine either way, to be honest. He would have liked it either way. Shoot Alphonse? Shoot. Shoot. No shoot on Alphonse? Okay. Am I missing something? Oh, Greed is out. That's my... Okay, I'm an idiot. I hate Greed. I always forget that Greed is out. But then why did you play Shapeshifter for 1? Wanted to draw 5, I guess? We're going to see Wrath played, followed by a True Alchemy to move over Pride. So this is a very, very easy war, and it's a war that he really wants to get, because then he can start moving all of his stuff to the right. Ooh, is this a huge cost war? It sure is. Huge cost war. I think Woomy is making a bit of a mistake here. We are going to see a True Alchemy to kill Hohenheim. Okay, so wait, this could still work out pretty well. You have Shapeshifter, can't do the other stuff. I'm worried that Woomy is not focusing enough on clearing out the heroes, because Father has his hardest time when heroes just sit out for a while. And then following that with a big discard. Really needs to get rid of Edward right now. Low power, Edward out. Only a 1 strength mannequin there to try and deal with it. And Neverearley has just an incredible setup right now. Hohenheim is a bit of a problem, but Neverearley is in a very strong position. We're going to see a Promise Day, get Greed, and that makes this super free. What Neverearley is really going to want to do soon is start moving, getting Pride way over to the right. We're going to see Riza and Mei Chang. Honestly, probably Riza to Lior, but I could see Riza to Central City here. I think either is a good play. Because Neverearley is playing his father, I think covering the top fate is more important than keeping Edward alive, to be honest, especially because there's no good way to help Edward right now. So I think that is the stronger play, because really, Neverearley just wants to keep the fate pressure off until he can get this token and probably get a 3rd one going. We're going to see another Shapeshifter thrown down. Greed is out now, so now it can do as planned. I was about to say, I don't know about playing Edward here. Now, I do think Neverearley probably moves Wrath here. Yeah. Unfortunately, he couldn't get that token in time, but you need to kill Edward immediately here. Leaving Edward out could be a death knell. It could really allow Woomy to catch back up. I think Neverearley is very smart to do that. We will see the Alphonse kill this time, because that's how it works. Neverearley, probably looking at Central City, kill Edward, and then do some shenanigans. Moving over Lust to get a power back as well. Very smart. Also just wants Lustig Xerxes in general right now. And then has just enough power to start a war. So even with the Edward play, still managed to get this token here. Although he is lacking Father now. Shuffled back in the starter war, probably because Summer in his discard and he knows he wants to draw them soon. We're going to see Woomy go over to Lior, discarding some cards and then punching Riza thanks to Shapeshifter. Not punching, shooting her, really. That's a gun. Look at that. Very American. And, still think that definitely Neverearley has the advantage here, but Woomy has opened back up her territory quite well. We're going to see a True Alchemy, which will move Pride over. Really wants to get Pride over to Xerxes and towards Fort Briggs. Neverearley is kind of just accepted that he is living with Hohenheim for a little while now, which I think is fair. really just needs to focus on getting draw. We saw 2 Starter Wars go back in there. I think it's smart to keep 2 Starter Wars at this point. He really wants to make sure he can draw them when he needs them. Gate of Truth really hurts here. But honestly, I think it might be Ling Yao to Lior just to keep Lior covered and get rid of Shapeshifter. But, again, Gate of Truth really hurts here, so I can understand the Gate of Truth play as well. That's going to be very annoying for Woomy. And Woomy is going to go to Xerxes. Gain 3, play something that can hopefully deal with Edward. Nope, just doing some discarding. Doesn't have a great hand at the moment. Promise Day, hoping for, not Envy, hoping for, like, Greed or something. Oh, it's going to hit Father's Throne, unfortunately. Could go ahead and use that to shuffle back in, though. This could be a game-deciding moment, potentially. It could be a very or at least a very rough moment for Woomy getting Father's Throne there. Really needed an ally of any kind to start hitting Edward with. Edward has been out far too long. We're going to see Neverearley go gain 3, throw down a Mannequin, throw down Envy for 2, so that's 4 strength of allies here, and then just discarding and drawing. Has a little bit of power stored up to use. Could very easily get a war by going to Central, moving Pride, and playing Starter War. Ooh, but Woomy is going to get Mustang here. Yeah, definitely Mustang to Pride kill, I think. Actually going to... Yeah, okay, I was about to say, this is the play. And we're going to see a Promise Day for 2. Got Greed. Exactly what Woomy needs right now to get rid of Edward. Woomy has the potential to really swing this back around right now. We're going to see Never go over here. Probably just use Sloth to kill... Oh, I'm going to play out Wrath. Fair. Probably just going to use Sloth here. Get him shuffled back in. Get Mustang out of there. Open back up Lior. 2, 2, 4. Only cost 2 here. Could do the war from Lior or Xerxes. And moving Greed over to defend Lior makes a lot of sense. This is kind of Never's game to lose at the moment, I think. We are going to see Woomy open back up her territory and get I was going to say Wrath. Get Sloth out at Xerxes, so still putting up a really good setup here. But unfortunately under Gate of Truth and getting faded here. Ooh, but basically a whiffed fate. That could that gives Woomy a little bit of an opportunity to really try and bring this back. But we will see Never get his last token. He's got Wrath out to kill basically any hero that is played. Very easy. Go to Central, gain 2, do a little bit of moving. And yeah, Mei Chang ain't going to do much here. Just covering the top fate and then using Mei Chang's ability to really mess up this setup that Neverearley has. Is that the top fate from Woomy? Yeah, Woomy has a clear territory, so Woomy can do another fate following this, which I think Woomy really needs to do. We're probably going to see... Discarding Envy and then drawing. Probably going to see Never just kill Mei Chang. Does not want to let any heroes sit around here. Yeah, kill Mei Chang, reshuffle Greed. Then probably would have moved Envy or Lust. He's thinking about it. I know that Wrath is the 4-strengther, but you're very likely to move Wrath based off of a hero play here. But has Sloth there, so now set up to get the token, set up to win. Yeah, it's a pretty good position. Don't know where Divinity is. Neverearley really wants Divinity right now. Philostone can't use its ability because Hohenheim is out. Oh, Woomy is not fading here. That is a mistake. Setting up Pride and Gluttony is nice, but this just basically guarantees the win for Neverearley because now he can get his last token. Yeah. Yeah, really, really needed to fate Neverearley there, I think. Because now that he is in Showdown, he has the kill set up, and if he kills Hohenheim, he can get Divinity in its game. Basically. Gate of Truth doesn't do anything here. Gate of Truth doesn't stop Showdown wins, so that is going to be game. All Neverearley has to do is go to Central and do the Vanquish. And that will be game for Neverearley. Indeed it will, yeah. Pretty good Father Mirror overall. I think that maybe Woomy was just accepting defeat because Woomy was pretty behind, so didn't bother with going to a Fate there, but I think really needed to Fate that turn before he got the token in hopes of getting something. I don't know what could have been gotten. What was it with Gate of Truth? Armstrong? I don't think it would have made a difference, but it definitely didn't help. But yeah, that is going to be the game. 2 wins for Neverearley, and we will go look at the bracket to see how that turns out. And so with that, round 1 of this year's tournament arc has finally come to a close, with Neverearley winning the last match of the round. That will pit him against Egg going into round 2, and we now have our full round 2 bracket. Congratulations to all of the players who have won their round 1 games and made it here, and big thanks to all of the round 1 players that unfortunately lost for participating in Tournament Arc this year. The next video you're going to see will be of round 2. Who knows which game we'll get to see first, but I'm excited to see them all play out. Until next time, farewell.